Hello and welcome to the very first episode of The Greatest. Well, with it being the first, I should probably explain the name and the format. So this series is not going to be focusing on the games that I think are the greatest. Instead, it's going to be focusing on a random selection of games that I've played in an attempt to round them all up, and then by the end determine which ones of them that I think are the greatest. And I'll do this by telling you what I think of them and giving them a score out of 10 on the scale that I've devised. And now with that all cleared up, let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. GTA 5 is an open-world action-adventure. There's not a problem if you good bullets can't solve them up. It was developed by Rockstar North and published by the Take-Two subsidiary Rockstar Games. It's still a bestseller now, 7+ years after its initial release in 2013. To be honest, I'm not sure why. The brilliant world and performances from the main and side characters are certainly a showcase of what a functionally unlimited AAA budget can create. But it's not 2013 anymore, and they can't make up for the lack of character development and a story that falls flat when it tries to present its flimsy excuses for heist setups as a parody. It doesn't help that these opposing sides of the coin clash too. While you're free to do almost anything you like outside of missions, you can end up feeling stuck to rails while in them. I literally failed one by getting out of a car that I'd parked 5 feet from where I was meant to. Story-wise it would have had no bearing, but I had to retry because I hadn't done it in the slick and cinematic way that Rockstar forces you to rigidly stick to. Back out in the world, the things to do can end up feeling all a bit pointless. They have the benefit of upping your character's stats, but that doesn't really mean an awful lot when it's possible to complete the game just fine without once stopping to train for a triathlon or pop down to a shooting range. Through the most negative lens, they're going to be like perfectly polished padding, preventing 100% from being practically or promptly achieved. Additionally, I'm surprised at how little emotion the story was able to evoke in me. I give significantly more of a damn about Arthur Morgan, and I haven't even played Red Dead Redemption 2. The game's definitely better than I give it credit for. I fully understand how spending time just exploring Los Santos, cruising along the roads with the radio blaring in a car that you've hijacked from an NPC that made sure to let you know that they're fed up with this and they're moving back to Vice City, before a news report comes on and you think fondly back to the chaos that you caused yesterday, it's enough to win awards in itself. But it's too much of a missed opportunity for me to give it a 10 out of 10 in good faith. In my notes I say that some of the best games are ones that make you wish you were there when it was being made so you could tweak it to get it just right. And you'd think that my mental recasting of Michael as the sole protagonist, struggling to maintain the trust of his protege Franklin and stop him finding the truth of his past with the justified antagonist Trevor, would put it firmly up there. But it's not 2013 anymore. Better things are out. If I want a game that gives me a California city to explore, a message about current society and characters to fall in love with, I've got Watch Dogs 2. Grand Theft Auto 5 for me is a 7 out of 10. That loses 7 points if you consider its online mode. For good balance, doesn't help with these opposing sides. It would have had no. I'm going off script because I lost my place. Car that I parked 5 feet. But it's too much of a missed opportunity for me to give it out of 10. Give it.